on this episode of Ice Vikings.
Kind of a shitty crack.
There's no fish. Somebody been lifting our nets.
What's behind you, Devin? Whoa, 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 whoa.
No sane person would do this. Come on, fishy, fishy, fishy. This is real fishing.
I'll kill you!
Woo, steampunk pirate.
You gotta be a little crazy to do this. Why do you want to come out in 40 below and push it? Woo!
That is very good fishing.
It is worth it if you're catching fish.
That's the smell of money, baby.
Just another day in paradise, living the dream. You can see the crack. If you look down, it's really starting to work now. Lots of power.
It's the final day of the fishing season, and Jean and Candace aim to finish their quota. Anything unfilled is considered money out of their pockets. But first, they have to get to their nets.
That looks good.
You gotta smash it down. It's the only way you can get across. My good wife, Candace, will walk across. Then I only gotta worry about me, right? If I'm in the bombardier. So then she's got a good insurance policy, so
Don't need me positioned.
you're good. Just go on the other side and, yeah.
Crossing the pressure ridge this late in the season is extremely dangerous, as the melting ice is getting weaker. Not only might they not reach their nets, but the bombardier could sink to the bottom of the 40-foot deep lake. Just off Gimli Harbor, Jean and Candace Pischke are racing across rough ice. This season they struggled to find fish to make their quota, but they think they finally found the perfect spot. They're going to check their nets to see if they're right, if they can get there.
Not good.
No, not good at all.
A pressure ridge blocks their path.
Sure not ideal.
No.
Ice expands with warmth, so it's got to push up somewhere. It's like an earthquake, basically the same thing. Just destroys your trail where you have been used to going. It slowly changes. Kind of a shitty crack.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's opening up with the cold weather now. I think we'll just go right here. Get a little bit of speed up. Snowmobiles, you can go just about anywhere. Not so much of the bombardier. You can have big, big problems, and well, let's see what kind of problems I can get myself into.
Candace crosses the crack with her snowmobile, hoping to spot any unpredictable ice for the bombardier.
You don't want to have problems like half a bombardier hanging in it, and then you got to go and get it pulled out.
Bombardiers weigh over 1.5 tons. Crossing over a weak part of the ice can cause them to crash through. Jean cranks through at full throttle, hoping the momentum carries him across the weak ice.
Everything in one piece?
Yeah, I hope so.
The bomber takes a tough hit. Jean checks the ice where he crossed.
How's that?
Don't want to cross there again.
No.
That's what they're built for, though. Alrighty. Hit that pretty hard, eh?
Yeah.
Safely over the crack, Jean and Candace head out to their lifting caboose.
Make sure that line is loose, eh?
Yep.
Good?
Yep.
And then more issues. This time with the lifting caboose's running line.
There it is.
Did it stick?
That's stuck.
Yeah.
It must have stuck on the reel. That's why we don't tie the net on right away, because if that happens, the net's going with it. So it just stuck.
Brought a different auger out. Doesn't want to run, so adjusted a little bit here.
And then the auger begins acting up. All these setbacks are putting them way behind schedule.
It's not running worth the hell. Kijiji fails. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I think I lost. Everything gets harder this time of the year. I was hoping there'd be better fish than what there is.
Much later than they hoped, it's time to lift their nets and see if they've finally found a spot where they can land a huge haul.
Something big coming, I think.
Our first cluster.
That's pretty good.
Looks good.
That's what I like to see, where we're both busy, not just one person watching the other.
I watch you all day long, baby.
Hands are sore. I got arthritis in my hands and feet. Some days that you're just dreading going out. It affects the way you walk. It affects what you can do with your hands. And with fishing, hands are everything. You have to think about how many nets that you can actually do a day now and how much fish you can actually pack, process, like headless and stuff like that.
Gene has battled with the pain of his arthritis for years as he awaits for a possible operation.
I don't look too much forward in fishing anymore where I used to. Don't know how much longer I'm gonna be going. You know, you don't want to believe it. Still hope, you still look forward to the day where you got no pain.
Ah, that's a bonus.
You don't mind getting a bonus like that at the end of the net. Makes it worthwhile.
Their new spot pays off and they're making progress on their quota.
There we go.
Near the Narrows, Trevor Christensen heads onto the lake.
I don't know why anybody would want to do this job. Who the f wants to go out in minus 40? And I don't know why, but I'm still love it. I'm addicted to the thrill of it, you know? I guess it's in our blood.
Trevor aims to finish his quota by the middle of March. Being the first one out on the ice this season has given him a head start. But lately, mechanical issues and bad fishing is holding him back.
There we go. PTOs are all such a pain in the ass.
Previously, they had issues with this same PTO.
The PTO's loose.
Chris and his crew attempted to fix it, but it's come loose again.
It's the same problem we had before. The L bracket on the that's holding the PTO in place, that spinning black thing there, came loose.
Trevor and Pete attempt a quick fix to the PTO, hoping it doesn't get any worse and it'll hold a while longer.
The bombardier's loud as it is, but when you start to hear something that's really loud, like abnormally loud, you have to just stop and turn it off right away. That thing could spin itself right loose and come off, and then our day is shot. And worse than that.
The power takeoff, or PTO for short, is an old system of powering an auger. It's run off the Bombardier engine and drives a belt at 3,000 revolutions per minute. It's incredibly dangerous if you get a hand or limb caught in it.
My dad brought that down to the shop, and they replaced the L bracket, except they just weren't tightened enough.
Because the PTO is driven off the engine, if the engine is running, the PTO is moving as well. There's no way to shut it off.
You could see on the back the PTO was spinning like this. It was wonky. So me and Pete just tightened it up. Well, we're gonna start our day. We haven't lifted anything yet, so we're gonna travel on and we're gonna try and do something today. Well, there comes my dad.
Trevor's dad, Chris, and his crew are heading to their nets, which aren't far from Trevor's.
I'll kill you!
Aren't you guys gonna come lift with me?
No, I haven't touched my 4 nets here yet.
Where's Pete?
He was sitting in the back, I don't know. Oh, he's lying down back under the PTO. He's sleeping under the tracks again. Hey, so this PTO came loose. Whoever put it on didn't tighten it at all.
We tightened it.
Well, whoever tightened it is a little weakling in my eyes.
See, the problem is you have to get fine thread bolts and a higher grade. Those are cheap junk bolts.
Can you show me how that works?
Just let it run a little bit,
With it
and
loose?
it'll find its own way, and then we tighten it up.
Tighten it while it's running.
Tightening the PTO while running is dangerous, but it may be the only way to fix it properly.
We've been out here for a couple hours already, and we haven't gotten any work done because of it. So I still have to use it all day today, so I hope it works.
So what do you want me to do?
Just let me tighten this. Is yours turning right now?
No.
A few weeks earlier, the Husavik crew discovers their snowmobile broken.
It's this that's broken, this bracket snapped off here, which made the shock useless. Typical.
Now stuck back at the shop, the Husavik guys take apart their snowmobile. It appears to be a broken track. Not wanting to waste any time taking it to the shop, they decide to take it apart and try and fix it themselves.
It hasn't been apart for a while, so I'm gonna have to use an impact gun to try to break it loose instead of a hand ratchet. Let's see if this works. It's gonna get loud.
They use an impact gun to remove the tracks of the snowmobile to see if they can find where the issue is.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. This is heavy. Whew. Okay, put her down. So this shaft must have broke.
Yeah, or the bolts came out, because this rides on here.
Oh, it doesn't bolt on?
Those are...
Done. Let's take the shock off, and I'm gonna take these 2 bogey wheels off.
The suspension is toast.
a couple bogey wheels, and this rod's bent, clearly. I wouldn't say it's as bad as we thought. We gotta take the shock off first.
The shock is definitely bent, is what that means.
Well, look how bent this rod is, right? I guess the whole thing jammed up.
Son of a
The shaft from the PTO's hitting the metal like the shell. It's so loud in there. We've been moving everything around to see what it is.
Back on the lake, the loose PTO is not only holding back Trevor, but also Chris and his crew as they give him a hand.
We'll slacken it off, let it find its own way, and then we'll tighten it up.
I'm afraid of stripping those stupid bolts. They're pretty shitty.
You gotta tell Grandpa, he knows, you have to go to Winnipeg, get fine thread bolts, and longer, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because you have to have a nut on top of a nut. This is what I used to do on my bombardier. So that nut locks down the other nut.
Yeah.
Otherwise, every time you drive, this thing's gonna come loose.
Those PTOs are just, you saw the other day, when does it break? When it's the windiest and coldest and you need to go do something. It's nothing Trevor grew up with, but I'm the one who's showing everybody what to do with it. I just don't want nothing to do with it anymore.
See, come here. Watch. Shut it off. Start it up. Wait, don't do that. Shut it off. Still not right.
Trouble on the lake.
Here.
The loose PTO once again threatens to shut down both Trevor and Chris's day on the ice.
Hey, you got that long thing, Pete?
Yeah, Pete's got a long thing, I heard.
Chris figures it out.
Okay, that's tight. Come back here, we'll loosen it. Where did everybody go? Hey!
Yeah.
Come here! It's up there.
Who, me?
Tighten them.
So what are you gonna do now?
We're gonna start it up when they loosen it just a little like we loosened it last time, Pete. And then you're gonna watch that shaft, and we're gonna move it until that shaft
Is running true, yeah.
Wonky is the word of the day.
We're not gonna lift any nets today after all. There's a little L bracket holding that spinning PTO in place, and it came loose right away. You could tell in the bombardier, it was super loud.
We used to have to pull that off and give it a half turn, and then try to see it on wonky. Then we pull it off and give it a quarter turn. That way it got put into all positions.
Yeah, right.
But this, I am so sick and tired.
Because the PTO runs off the bombardier's engine power, it needs to be perfectly balanced to run safely.
Other way, Pete. Tight, I can't move it. Turn it off!
We've been out here for a couple hours already, and it was fixed the other day.
Start up. How's that?
I guess I'm learning anyways. I mean, it's not a bad thing, and it's not a terrible day out, so. But I wouldn't mind getting some nets lifted. Why would it be wonky if you just put this new thing on? Wouldn't you got it on there true? Oh. I learned something today. As long as I can learn something every day, because I'm always making mistakes anyway, so.
This thread's on right around the outside of that 1-inch shaft. See, look at, come here.
Yeah, yeah.
So this has got a thread on it, and you'll watch it. This has got a thread on it. It's up into this hole with the hammer and tighten this on.
Yeah,
and then you're good to go.
With the problem solved, everyone gets back to work.
Okay, we'll take 5, everyone.
Woo, woo, steampunk, steampunk pirate.
It's 10 o'clock already. We gotta get to work, man. We left at like 7. We haven't done anything yet. All right, let's go have some fun.
They finally get to their nets.
It's a beautiful day, there's fish. PTO's working fine. Yay!
With 3 hours wasted due to the PTO, they work extra hard to make up for lost time. A successful day of fishing for Trevor and crew.
Awesome.
Last one.
That's fun.
The worst lift we've had this winter, eh?
Yeah.
Jean and Candace have had a few bad weeks with hardly any fish in their nets. They are counting on today's haul to make up for their previous low quotas.
It's a slow one. Usually end of February we noticed a change. It would kind of pick up a little bit, and first week in March we'd see a little bit more. So we ended up with 2.5, a little bit of whitefish mixed in, so we got 3.
Depending on the species of fish, each tub is worth around $200, but they may not have enough tubs to break even.
Not what we were expecting. It's kind of a really light day. The runner.
It can either get really good fishing or really bad. And so far, it's been dropping off steadily now.
With the end of the season approaching, they don't have much time to hit their quota.
And the crack's going to get harder and harder to get across because just more movement with temperature. There's been times where you chop it down in the morning and you can't go near that same spot in the afternoon when you go in. It moves so much. It just destroys your trail where you have been used to going. It slowly changes. Width is the problem. When it starts getting 5, 6 feet wide, you're going to start breaking things when you're getting across because you're winding the bombardier up to get across, and that's when you start breaking tires and stuff like that in suspension.
With a disappointing catch, Jean and Candace leave their lifting caboose behind and head to shore. But first, they must cross back over the pressure ridge.
So, what does it look like?
Not good. Look over there. This part?
I'm going to try it right here.
No worse than this morning.
Unable to even cross on the snowmobile, Jean chips some of the ice to form a bridge.
It should freeze good.
The bombardier makes it across safely. Now it is Candace's turn to get the snowmobile across.
You can go across just over here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Safely across the crack, Jean and Candace head in to process their catch, hoping to salvage their bad day of fishing.
Got quite the incline here.
In Husavik Bay, Mike and Justin have their snowmobile back on the ice. They're hoping it doesn't break down again as they attempt to pull out one of their ice shacks.
Oh, I'm gonna try to push you. I think it'll be completely useless, but just hold on. Okay, give her. Last time drilling for these nets.
With only a month left in the winter season, they've decided to take these remaining nets out completely and reset them 100 kilometers away in Hekla.
No fish around here. The mud moved in, or whatever people want to call it. Sewage, I don't know. There's no fish here, so got 11 nets today. This will be the end of it. Today it's wrap up all the equipment that we left out here, all our flags and net markers and trail markers, and Get all this out of here.
It's really late in the game, and doing this now is a huge risk for these guys as they will miss any fish that will move into the area later in the season.
It's supposed to be a blizzard today, but as you can see, it's clearly not. So that's good. Make sure we get a fire going here, and then we're gonna start seeing what's in these puppies.
The guys pack up their gear and grab whatever fish they can before they lift their last net.
So what are you hoping to get today, Mike?
1 tub.
1 tub out of 11?
Yeah.
Feel heavy?
The moment of truth. Will there be fish in these nets?
Ready?
Let her rip.
Yeah, that looks real good. Where the hell? How could there be no fish in here after this long? Ready?
Let her rip.
Yeah, that looks real good. How could there be no fish in here after this long?
7 miles from Husavik Bay, Justin and Mike are pulling out their nets permanently from this area and resetting them in Hekla. But are they making the right decision?
This is kind of what we expected. This is probably the muddiest I've ever seen since I started fishing.
Mud is another way of saying algae. Wherever there is algae, there won't be fish. Fish don't like algae.
So this is what, 3 weeks old probably?
Yeah.
1 fish. Smells like looks like
Smells like
Thank God these are coming out. It's been a 3-month stint of wasting time here. Should have just went up north in January and said, screw this bullshit.
As long as the nets are out today, if I get 2 tubs of fish, I don't care. At least I'm not driving back here. That's it, we're all done here. I got the flag. Good riddance.
Thank God the day's over. Concentrating on a lot less nets is a lot less wasted time. Well, there's 0 wasted time now. Big weight off our shoulders because we kept having to bring the equipment back to get to fish these nets, so now we can just leave everything up north in Hekla.
Trevor and his crew are back in the Narrows for a jam-packed day of commercial fishing. They've fallen behind schedule due to issues with the Bombers PTO, so they must make up for lost time. Another busy day is ahead.
There's a rattling somewhere. I'm trying to figure out what the heck it is. I bet you it's something up there. It might be. I guess we could take it off of there. Got it. Oh, he took a jack off the roof because there's a loud vibrating sound and I don't know what it is. It's driving me crazy.
The loud vibration in the bombardier continues, but Trevor decides to carry on as he can't afford to lose any more time.
God, it's loud. I hope there's fish like last time, then I might be able to finish up soon and actually pull these up.
Hopefully there is. Ooh, it's catching down there, I think.
Well, that's not bad. Okay, well, I'll pick this out for now. I was hoping for a little more pickerel. There's a lot more of these around now, I would say. Some tulibi. And it's definitely not bad fishing, but it seems to have dropped off quite a bit. I was hoping that by next week I could have everything pulled up. It's actually not looking that bad.
Trevor and Riley lift their second net, hoping it'll be as successful as the last.
Ooh.
This one's not looking too good.
Come on, fishy, fishy, fishy. Somebody been lifting our nets? I hope not, in all seriousness. But I think I would notice.
With a value of a few $100s per tub, it's not impossible someone would steal his fish. But with no one around for miles, it could be just a bad net.
Well, there's no fish.
Either way, Trevor is falling behind on his quota, and the end of the winter fishing season is quickly approaching. Not good for this crew of Ice Vikings.
Things are not shaping up very nicely. I don't have any fish yet, and I don't see one yet. Wow. We're gonna have to go start on my dad's gang. Might as well just pull this one back under. There's nothing yet. No, it's a piece of ice. I thought it was a fish. Ooh! All right, I'm just gonna get you to pull this one back under, Riley.
All right.
Trevor can't shake the thought of the empty net and what could have caused it.
I hope nobody came out and lifted my net. I don't think somebody would do that.
A huge blow to finishing his quota early like he planned.
I can always just go to my dad and just steal some fish off him. Down you go. Catch some fish, please. It happens, right? Like fish could have dropped off, it could have moved somewhere else. Whatever, it's disappointing. We're just kind of starting our day too, so I'm a little bummed out. We're gonna move on and we're gonna actually go try one of my dad's nets. See how that goes.
Looks like we got a little bit of snow here the last few days.
Meanwhile, only 2 miles down the lake, Chris and his crew are heading out to start their day as well. Like his son Trevor, he's also experienced setbacks due to faulty equipment.
I'm not gonna panic about the breakdowns anymore. I'm just gonna kind of go with what breaks, and then we've always got another bombardier to rely on. It's so much less stressful to have a backup.
Chris and crew must cross dangerous ice on their way to their nets. Chris discovers a new crack that has formed between the shore and his nets. They check to see how solid it is.
Is that it there? Go have a look. See the track? Just come over here and check on the crack. Whoa. Okay, you got solid ice right there. That's the crack. Only thing you're worried about is busting a chunk off when you're coming across. But if there's ice on both sides of the crack, then you should be okay.
Chris sends the first bombardier across the crack. He knows it only gets weaker with each crossing.
Devin? What? Go grab the blue bombardier.
He sends his son Devin to make the difficult crossing. One wrong move and the bombardier sinks to the bottom of the 40-foot deep lake.
Watch behind you, Devin! Whoa, 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 whoa! That's the crack.
Chris and crew must cross dangerous ice on their way to their nets. A new crack is formed, making it unpredictable.
Watch behind you, Devin!
Their first bombardier has made it across safely, and now it's Devin's turn.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I guess it's the beginning of the end now. It's pushing the middle of the month, and I mean, I'm gonna take every day that we can. If I can get everything off, all the shacks, get one of the shacks off today, we're gonna hook the caboose up differently. We got lots to show you.
Okay, let's get going.
They hook up the lifting caboose. The caboose keeps his crew out of the cold while being able to lift the nets faster and easier. At first reluctant to use it, but now nearing the end of the season, Chris is enjoying it.
Don't you get splashed down there?
Oh, I don't get splashed.
We're gonna head up north, Riley.
Meanwhile, only a few miles away, Trevor and Riley work on finishing the day. Their last nets were mysteriously empty. They need their next set to be full if they hope to hit their quota. A loud vibration inside the bombardier has them worried. They've lost a lot of time, and another breakdown is the last thing they need.
There's a loud vibration coming from somewhere, so we took it off the roof rack there, thinking maybe that's what it was, bouncing around.
Could be the PTO. That's what I thought it was, but the PTO's not loose. It's gonna be loud, that's all I know.
Well, this one definitely feels a lot better than the last one. Pretty heavy.
They start lifting their nets.
Oh!
Wow, awesome, like crazy good. That is amazing fishing. Yeah, this is beautiful. In the future, I do want to expand my operation a lot. With that, there comes a lot of challenges and a lot of financial burden and a lot more stress. I kind of look forward to that. I see the opportunity, and I'm not content sitting around. I'm pretty ambitious, and there's a lot I still want to do.
Feeling flushed from today's haul, Trevor has an idea.
We figured we'd stop and see my dad on the way back, and I got a few questions for him, so I figured I should stop in and say hi.
Hello? No soliciting. We don't want any.
I was gonna go see Kent,
Why?
give him a down payment for a lifting caboose. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's a bad idea.
What size should I?
Well, that's just it.
This one seems too big for me, don't you think?
I would suggest that you get a chance to use this thing this winter and see for yourself.
Well, if it works for you, why wouldn't I just order the same thing but a different size?
Because if I tell you what to order and it's not what you want, then it'll be what I told you to get. And I don't want, like, my dad telling me what I think I want, and I'm not going to be here to tell you what you want.
Well, I'm gonna go talk to him now anyways, just
No,
to...
doesn't hurt to talk. Talk's cheap. Bounce some ideas back and forth. And
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna
right.
go see him then.
okay.
All right.
Well, how can you not get going?
Mike and Justin made the decision to move most of their nets out of Husavik Bay and reset them in Hekla.
Why is this every time? Hold on.
It's been several weeks up in Hekla as they've slowly transitioned their gear 100 kilometers north from their usual home base.
So far, Hekla's been producing tons of fish for us compared to what we get at home.
They're now attempting to break a small caboose out of the ice.
We're tripling our fish easily, and we're coming to lift the same nets, so it's been excellent. Blowing at least 30 today, probably even gusting more on the island. The wind chill's below minus 30. I don't know why this gets stuck here all the time. Like, what is it stuck on? It's not stuck. Every day, this is what, do this, and then you're frozen and exhausted. You can't pull it off bare ice.
Every minute wasted pulling out the stuck caboose is burning daylight.
You ready? Yeah, give her. Now we're ready.
Finally out, the guys get right down to fishing.
Is there a lot of tension on it? These feel heavy.
Mike and Justin made the decision to move most of their nets and reset them in Hekla. It's a good decision, as there seems to be more fish here.
Feels like there's a half ton on the end of this goddamn net. It is heavy to pull. Days like this, I miss a lifter. But this is real fishing, I guess.
This net looks like we fished it for 10 years already. Already more than what we got at home.
Yeah, nice size. I think we have 26 or 28, something like that. So
We'll get more fish out of these 7 nets after 4 days.
then
All the nets at home.
it's minus 30, I'm sweating.
I gotta warm my boots up for a sec. A little bit cold. Holy, way better. If I told you to put your hand on my warm pipe, don't get the wrong idea. Okay, let's go get that caboose. You're gonna take the front of the blue bombardier, grab a strap, hook on the front, and pull it out of there, right? We'll try to break the rope first, then we'll try to break the bombardier, then we'll break the caboose. And once we broke everything, we can go home.
They call it breaking because everything is frozen to the lake and has to be broken free. With the spring thaw on its way, they're racing to get all their equipment off the ice, including a worming caboose near the Narrows. Anything left behind will end up at the bottom of the lake.
The hitch is, you can see it's bent on both places it pivots. Is that hitch twisted and it's spread at the end? It's got to be fixed proper. Well, take her home and fix her up. So you guys go in and unload. We're gonna have to hook the bombardier trailer up, and I'll just go straight and you guys can come beside me.
The crew is hauling in the first of their lightweight cabooses, marking the beginning of the end of the season.
Don't spin! Spinning just gets you stuck quicker. Okay, I'm gonna move out of the way. Gonna chain it down because we don't want any unsuspecting accidents.
Just a few miles south, a heavy wind and plunging temperatures make things tough for Mike and Justin.
Nice petrol though.
Yep.
Tulubi petrol.
I know. Unbelievable how many tulubi can be in the water.
But the huge haul of fish has them in good spirits.
I noticed you got some new pants today.
I know. My green spandex Oilers, they're a little tight.
It looks like you crawled into the vacuum sewer. Give you $10 if you bend down.
What, so you bend down?
How come not when you're orange ones?
90% is ripped down the My legs are so tight.
Probably can't feel up.
Everything's a big joke. I think they fit excellent, so I probably can't get them off the ski pants, but I'm gonna keep this as one outfit. It can probably stand up straight without me in it.
Whatever he prefers, I guess. I'm not gonna judge, but I can't make fun of him too much because I need to come to work tomorrow.
Justin's just embarrassed she can't fit into them anymore.
You'll be lucky if you saw blood flow at the end of the day to your feet.
So we all can't look as pretty as Justin.
Can't all look like a model like me, right?
And that's time to eat.
With their big catch under their belts, the guys have worked up an appetite.
Vacuum sealed, just like Mike's pants. But at least we got some fish. And I got to spend the day with my friend Mike. That's worth it. Cheers to the Echo hot dog.
Doesn't even taste fishy.
Pack up the last tub here of this disastrous day.
Back at the shed, Gene and Candace Pischke pack up today's disappointing catch to bring into the market. Unfortunately, it's not enough pounds to cover costs on the day.
Yeah, it's not a great day. You be doing just about any kind of job and you don't have the investment involved here. You got the paper filled out?
Yeah, paper's good.
Trying to put the day behind them, they hurry to get the fish to market before it closes.
Hello. Oh, hi. Okay. Thank you. Kind of want to forget about this day. Hello. Oh, hi.
An unexpected call puts the day in new light.
Right on. Thank you. I'll be waiting for it in the mail then. Okay. Thank you. Bye. It's been tough. You don't really realize it when people say that they have arthritis. You just go, yeah. It's all good, you know? But when you're living through it, it's tough. When a fisherman doesn't want to see fish in the net, you know, your time is almost over. I got no strength in my hands, and I'm not used to that. And I've been working with 30% strength of what I used to. Dr. Todd just called.
And?
They're sending out a kind of a package for me to fill out for pre-surgery. Optimistic, they're gonna fix me up, they're gonna fix my other hand up. Yay, June 17th, I get worked on.
Oh, how about spring fishing? I guess you get a couple weeks in.
A couple weeks in, hopefully, but yeah.
As glad as they are to hear the news they've been waiting for, the timing of the operation calls many things into question, including whether or not Gene will be able to fish next season. Energized by the good news, Gene and Candace load up and head to the fish market.
Hello. Hello, Trevor. How are you?
Hey, good, Kent. How you doing?
Trevor visits master caboose maker Ken Zagadowski at North 40 Welding, hoping to get a lifting caboose of his own to expand his operation.
We're at Kent's place right now, the welder. I'm looking to get, I guess, a little more info and price on a lifting caboose right now. They're so good that I've been lifting outside all winter and all the guys have been in there and they say, oh, we'll never go back to it outside. I said, I can't go in there, it'll spoil me.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah. So I think it's probably the right way to go. I'd be happy to, cut you a check right now.
You're coming early enough that I can start it very soon too.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
So I'll start yours in June.
Okay. Very excited. That's a big step forward for me, and it's the right way to go in the future. It's like, Kent was saying, as soon as a fisherman starts using it, they never want to look back. So that's all I need to hear. Good, Kent. All righty.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Hi, guys.
Jean and Candace arrive at the fish market to sell today's catch. They hope to just cover their expenses on the day.
We're at Freshwater Fish Selkirk. This is where we bring our fish after it's packed at home. We're direct delivers. So we bring it here and they dump it into the totes for Freshwater, the main company in Winnipeg, Transcona.
Hi, John.
Hi, Candace.
Hey, John.
Hi, Jean. How are you doing?
Not bad. Anything happening here?
No, nothing at all.
No big shots of fish coming in?
Not really now. It's dropped off quite a bit right now, but
You can finish off strong, eh? And then you don't have to be out there on the 30th.
Mm,
I don't want to be out there. I want to
not when it's...
be done. Okay. Have a good day.
Okay, same
Yep.
to you. Thanks.
See you.
See you, John.
Yeah,
Have a good
bye.
day.
Now, all they can hope for is more fish in their nets and hitting their quota for the year.
Already decided I'm going to set on Monday or Tuesday. I got to do something. The last few days of fishing has been not very good. My wife and I were on the smaller end of it, but it still affords you a good living. It depends on what you put into it, of course, but it pays the bills. I like my life right now, if that makes any sense. I like what we're doing. If I can get my health straightened out, I will go out fishing a bit harder again, because I do like the challenge of always catching more every season. But, this last few years kind of kicked a little bit. You just have to take it as it comes.
You're faced with a lot of different challenges. The days is never the same. Like, every day is different. You're faced with a different challenge. You're faced with a different situation every day. It's a real feeling of accomplishment at the end of the day. It's fun.
On the next episode of Ice Vikings.
If this is the start of the day, it's going to be a long day.
I guess we augured where we left it. Kind of froze down. God damn it, bumps.
Tires are spinning. It's not good.
Oh,
It's looking like a little bit of a cluster.
They hit a ledge of ice, got over top.
We are miles away, going totally the wrong direction.